I'm Janine Easter, coordinator of the Ann Arbor chapter of the Hillary Rodham Clinton fan club in Michigan. The purpose of this video is to promote a positive image of Hillary and to introduce you to our fan club in hopes that you will join us. Ruth and Eugene Love started the Hillary Rodham Clinton fan club during the 1992 election campaign. The goals of the fan club are to express our admiration for Hillary and to support her programs and ideas. We are an all-volunteer, grassroots, nonpartisan, and nonprofit organization. There are close to 150 chapters in the U.S. and abroad and over 22,000 members. The First Lady invited fan club coordinators to the White House for tea in September 1995 and vowed to make it a yearly event. While in Washington, we held our first international meeting. The Loves welcomed us and several coordinators gave short presentation. The T-shirt originated in Ann Arbor and has been an instant success among club members and others. There are samples of it in many distant places, such as Japan, Switzerland, and Denmark, to name a few. A group of the Ann Arbor chapter is seen here during a potluck meeting. Glenn Moyer, the Pennsylvania coordinator, oversees the 30 chapters that he created in his state. During his short speech before we left for the White House, Glenn inspired us to, while grasping Hillary's hand, grasp her ideals as well. Rosemary Straley has been very active in the fan club and started many chapters in California. Republicans, such as Mark Parsons, support Hillary. He coordinates a chapter in Colorado and designed a popular bumper sticker. During the White House visit, I asked the First Lady if she would consider coming to Ann Arbor for a signing of her new book, It Takes a Whole Village, or rather, It Takes a Village and Other Lessons Children Teach Us. She said yes. And in January, Hillary came to Ann Arbor at the beginning of her book tour. The following footage shows segment of that exciting day for our community. The line stretched to over 2,400 people, eager to purchase a signed copy of Mrs. Clinton's book. This is an exciting event. Yeah, so I knew that was only. An entire class of children from Ardis School took the day off to be at this event with their teacher. They created a book for Hillary, held by their teacher. We had a reception planned for Mrs. Clinton in the lovely foyer of the restored Michigan Theater, where she gave us a short speech. But before she joined us, a few members expressed their love and support for Hillary.
Print, pull that out and print clearly. Hillary Clinton Fan Club, Ann Arbor chapter. We love you.
We just want to give her all the support she can with what she's facing every day.
Exactly. Just hold her on. We're all behind her.
Okay. Yeah.
First Lady Wade.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. We're really happy to be out celebrating Hillary. Go Hillary! Yay! To be heard, the line stretches all the way to Salad Day. So a very big group out today in support of Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Okay, so where are you from now? What group? Okay. In the fan club. Yeah, I was going. Yeah, I'm videotaping.
Well, my side isn't quite done, but one side is going to be St. Hillary because Newsweek magazine asked Hillary saint or sinner, and I decided Hillary was a saint.
Even in the cold rain, people waited for a chance to shake hands with Hillary.
that's it. That's why we love her. Right.
Here today, unfortunately. Many are working women and professional people who had to work, but they are here, if not in number, at least in spirit. All of them. And loads of support in 2 little boxes made by members for you to read whenever you feel a little low, because I understand once in a while it happens to you. And to charge you up again. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really cannot express adequately my appreciation to all of you. You cannot imagine what it is like to reach out to shake someone's hand and see your face on the t-shirt, and it is just an amazing experience. As I said, when some of your representatives came to the White House for our gathering, this started so spontaneously, and those of you who are members know, but this retired couple whose name is Love, which I thought was very wonderful, formed a fan club years ago and did it because they respect the presidency and they respect the people who are in the White House, regardless of party. And they felt that it was important to stand up and say that. And they felt, I think, a certain relationship with me because they'd been active and involved in issues before. And then it just mushroomed. And, you know, the Loves, Mr. Love is in his 80s and Mrs. Love is in her 70s. And this started with an old typewriter in the kitchen table. And pretty soon it just grew and grew and grew. And even now, someone told me there's a chapter in Bombay and a chapter in Chile, and you know, all kinds of places. The biggest chapter in the world is in Ann Arbor. And I know there are many different reasons why people join this fan club and have different motivations for, you know, wearing the buttons and the t-shirts and everything. But I am very grateful because I really do think if we could bring some sense of community and civility and respect back into our lives together, it would do a world of good for our country. I mean, one of the reasons that I wrote this book, It Takes a Village, is because I'm convinced as a mother and a woman and an advocate for children that what children need is a community of caring adults. Because I know many parents who do the very best they can and then are afraid to send their children to the park, or scared for their children to walk alone to the library or to school, or don't know what to do about what comes across the television set, or can't figure out why they no longer can afford health care. And so there's so much that together we can do. And I really personally appreciate your being part of this effort. For me personally, it does give me a great lift. I get letters from a lot of fan club members around the country. They meet me at airports. They call radio talk shows and defend me. They do a lot of things that personally I'm grateful for. But beyond me, and I think in addition to that, as part of the Love's original idea, it's really saying something positive about what we care about as a country. It's not just belonging to something to be against something, joining our voices together to stop things, but to try to be for what we believe in and what will make our country a better place. And that's what my husband tries to do. We just had 2,400 people go through the the mags, or what they call, the things that you have to walk through to come see me. And of those 2,400 people, at least 2,000 of them said something to me about what was on their mind and what they were thinking about. And over again, they said, we really are with you and the president because we care about what you're trying to do. And I had a number of them say, I'm a Republican. We do care, but it's mutual. It's not just a one-way street, and it shouldn't be in America. That's what we have to rebuild. And I really thank you. Thank you for me personally. Thank you for supporting my husband and me and for the institution. But more than that, thank you for being for what we want to have happen in our country. I'm very grateful, and I'm glad to be here, and I want to quickly be able to shake your hands, and then I have to go on to Chicago. Thank you all very much.
Brandt, our international coordinator from Denmark, flew from Atlanta, where she lives, to be with us for this event.
Like many Americans, I'm very tired of mudslinging and dirty tricks. And to me, Mrs. Clinton is not only competent, but she's positive and upbeat and a very nice person. And the day was very exciting. It was nice to see her. I was also at the White House, as many of the coordinators were, for the Tea Party last September. But it was wonderful to see her again, and it was really a great day.
It was very exciting. I asked her if I could go visit her, and she said, yeah, and so we got a visit to the White House, and my dad doesn't want to go, but I do. The day was very exciting. I was happy to visit her. I loved her speech at the theater, and I can't wait to see her again.
It's nice.
I'm 12. I'll be 13 next month. And at the book signing, we waited in line for a really long time, and we got there early too. But there was a huge line, even when we got there, like hours early. And when I got there, we were just like waiting there. It was our turn next, and I was just like, wow, this is just incredible. This is the First Lady. We're gonna meet her. We get to shake her hand. And then we went and we met her, and she was, the first thing I thought was, she looks regal. This person looks almost royal. She's so, it was incredible. It really was.
I think the interesting thing about the Hillary Rodham Clinton fan club is how it has created a sense of community, which is the basis of the book that Hillary wrote.
It's about recreating networks, recreating a community feeling. And you're right, this is what you said when you joined, that you felt so good about the idea that it was about reconnecting people, which I think is what the Clintons also are trying to do.
Maybe we have become really negative as a country because we have been so splintered and isolated, and we've lost that sense of community.
Hillary Rodham Clinton is a role model, not only for women, but I think for everyone who wants to see a woman be able to be intelligent, visible, activistic.
Different chapters do different things. Nearly all promote and support programs for women and children and send a regular newsletter to their chapter's members. In Ann Arbor, we hold regular monthly meetings as well as biannual general meetings where we have a potluck, always well attended.
Well, it's a nice group of people. It's brought together by a common interest in Hillary Clinton, and I guess a common opposition to bashing Hillary Clinton.
I feel strongly that no First Lady should be maligned, and whether it's Republican or Democrat. So I wanted to join and give support to Janine's cause, or to the HRC cause. I think there are a lot of us out there who believe strongly in being fair to someone and not maligning someone by innuendo or false accusations. It's so I can't think of anything. I think also as a woman, I feel particularly sensitive to the issue. I think if it were a man, I'm not sure it would be this much of a issue, because she's his wife, and she's made herself vulnerable, and I don't think that should be the case.
My name is Nancy Costello, and I'm a striking journalist from the Detroit Free Press. I've been on strike for 8.5 months. I'm a newspaper reporter. And myself and another striking colleague, decided to try to get into the business of creating worldwide web pages. And it came to our attention that the Hillary Clinton fan club was interested in a website, and so we volunteered our time because we wanted to learn how to do it, and we knew that we could provide a really good content on this page because we're good writers and editors and researchers and that type of thing. And that's how we came by this. So we spent about probably 200 hours in creating this web page. It's about 10 pages. It has Hillary's biography on it. It has Hillary's causes. It has information about Whitewater and the travel office affair. It has information about why fan club members like her, why they support her. It has all the chapters of the fan club listed, all their addresses and phone numbers and so on. And it was really educational. You know, we ended up reading a couple books about Hillary. We ended up getting dozens and dozens of newspaper articles to read. And I learned a lot more about her than I ever knew. So we have 5 photographs on 5 different pages. 3 of them are pictures of the First Lady. 2 of them were taken here in Ann Arbor when she was here, I think during her January tour of her book. And the other 2 are pictures of fan clubs. One is the Ann Arbor fan club that heads off the first chapter page, and then the page that says "I'm for Hillary because" is the Sarasota, Florida chapter. It's kind of funny because they keep talking and look at here. Okay, it's kind of funny because it's a picture of all these different women and men with bags on their heads, and then they have a photograph of Hillary on the front of the bag. And apparently they live in a pretty Republican area in Sarasota, and so these are sort of known as the closet division of the Hillary Clinton fan club.
And we're hoping that this will help bring a positive message about Mrs. Clinton out to the web, out to the internet, that it will bring people an understanding of what she stands for and why she is worthy of a fan club with 20,000 members.
Well, for one thing, she's absolutely brilliant. They talk about brilliant, and I'm sure that if you put her on an IQ scale, she'd be an absolute genius. She has enormous abilities, and the right-wing radio is making such a mockery of her. They mention her name and Bill's name, too, and they laugh. They trivialize them into non-people.
Hi, I'm Kevin Poenish. I think that children should have rights, too.
Tiana Marquez wrote a song in honor of Mrs. Clinton's book.
Takes a village to raise a child. Way back when in Africa, you know, they had a saying, and this is how it goes. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. For our children's children and the children too, and all other children that we come through.
Our featured speaker at that meeting was Lana Pollock, a beloved Ann Arbor politician activist who eloquently expressed what many feel about the First Lady.
I think some of it, yes, is that people still have a hard time, and women still have a harder time with women who are assertive, strong, intelligent, confident, non-apologetic for their brain power, and just speak up. I think that Hillary Clinton is punished for speaking out. Partly, as I said, because she's a woman, but partly because she's simply associated with governance, and because she is reminding people that we, all of us, have a common obligation to meet common responsibilities, human responsibilities to each other, and that we do that in this democracy through the mechanism, through the programs of our government. The point is that the government programs have worked to not only alleviate suffering, prolong life, improve health, educate the individuals, but they've been the very strength and the competitive backbone of the development of this country from the 1930s at least on until now. Hillary Clinton says it takes a whole village to raise a child, but she goes one step further. She says that village has to have governance. And that governance is all of our responsibility. And I think that it's not because she's a woman so much, or that she's a Democrat so much, but I think it's because she speaks to the common obligations of all of us, that people shy away from it. So maybe what this is, even though I am retired from running for office myself, maybe this is a plea to be kind to your Toby Hannah Davies and people here who, Dick Bailey and others who run for, people who are running for office or have run for office, and the Republicans too. It is a plea for civility. It's a plea for respecting the system. And it's more than that. It's a plea to ask you to have the courage to speak to others' lack of civility, to be proactive, active, and vocal in some way, even a quiet and rather personal way. Just as when we hear a comment that is racist, most of us learn that although we wanted to be polite, it was more important to say that we wouldn't sit while in the face of overt racism. And the same when we hear an anti-Semitic joke or comment or put down, or as time went by, hopefully we heard homophobic things. Well, I put the same kind of standard on myself, and hopefully I'm not too much of a nag, when people say, government can't do anything right. I'll say, is your mother on Social Security? Checks come in time? I still think 32 cents to mail a letter and have 99.99 chance of it being delivered is a bargain. 32 cents? Hey, it's a great bargain. So let's not join in the kind of denigration of our country.
For this important election year, we have a new t-shirt meant to encourage people to vote. The colors are a link with the suffragettes of 76 years ago who used banners of purple, white, and gold when picketing the White House. We also have fans, bumper stickers, and various buttons. Should you wish to join one of our chapters and/or obtain a t-shirt, address your inquiry to the founders of the fan club, Ruth and Eugene Love. Their address is National Chapter, 15115 Interlochen Drive, number 314, Silver Spring, Maryland, zip 20906. The telephone number is area code 301-598-7651. Or you may want to visit our website. The address of the website is http://www.voyager.net/HillaryFans. We are a nonprofit group, and the membership contributions received are used to defray our expenses with our newsletters, Xeroxing costs, and the maintenance of our website. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you will join us in supporting and admiring our First Lady, Hillary Rodham Clinton. I also wish to thank all of those who helped us create this video.